going on, everyone? Hope you guys can hear me. I got the little Bluetooth mic set up. Hopefully it's better than just my iPhone's microphone. We'll wait for some people to get in here and let me know if the audio sounds good, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I got about a 13 hour drive today from San Antonio to Phoenix, Alabama for work. So thought I'd jump on a live and just kind of free flow some ideas, some thoughts. I'm gonna start doing these live streams more consistently on Sunday. This is the first live stream, I guess. So welcome. Looks like we got one person tuning in. Welcome on. This is the foundational Gnosis live stream, first episode. And I want to start doing these live streams to just kind of free flow these foundational ideas, the ideas on which I did the foundational videos on, and also to give some of my subscribers a chance to communicate, to chat. So let me know if you guys can hear me all right. How does the audio sound? I need to get these comments up. So let me know if you guys can hear me, if the audio sounds good. I got this little microphone here, so hopefully that sounds good. But yeah, we're just gonna roll on into it. So the foundational ideas in which Master Your Reality is built upon is: who are you? Who/what are you? What is reality? And what is the purpose? What's the purpose or point of life? So we're just kind of gonna bounce around those ideas today's live stream. And at any point, if you guys have a question or anything, just put it in the comments. Hopefully I'll be able to see that. I think I should be. It's like we got 6 people watching, 7, nice. If someone could let me know if how the audio sounds, if it sounds good or what. This is my first time using this little microphone for a live stream, so hopefully the audio is picking up. I'm not seeing any comments. Let me see. All right, I guess no one's commented yet. But anyways, so hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having an awesome day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the solar eclipse. That was pretty sweet. I am on a 12-hour journey, 12-hour drive from San Antonio to Alabama, from Texas. So I thought I'd just jump on a live stream and just kind of express my thoughts. I want to start doing these more consistently, these foundational ideas, because having a strong foundation of Gnosis is extremely important, because your foundation is what everything else is built upon. And to me, there's 3 critical questions, questions that the majority of people today, they don't know. They don't have their own answer to. Okay? And the first question that we're going to address is: who/what are you? Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Gnosis of Yeshua HaMashiach. I think I read that right. You were talking about what a lot of people refer to as Jesus, Yeshua, the true name of Jesus. Elohim. Yeah, Yeshua, the Messiah, the Savior. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name, but you commented, do you know something about John Wayne Gacy? I've heard that name. I don't know. I've heard that name before. If you could let me know like who that is. We are L lowercase e. God, yep. God lowercase g. We are God in a lower form. Exactly. He is the murderer clown who raped boys. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know anything about John Wayne Gacy, although I have heard his name. But let's talk about this idea of who/what are you. That's the first foundational idea. Okay? So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully the audio sounds decent. So let's get into what are you? All right? And you are awareness. Okay? You are consciousness. All right? Now, I would like you to take a moment and try to define the word awareness. Can you define awareness? And you'll find that you really can't, because awareness just is. All right? That's like the best definition. It just is. You just are aware. And that's what you are. You are energy. You are an infinite spiritual being having a temporary physical experience in this third dimension. Okay, we come from higher dimensions and we choose to incarnate into a body which is not you. It is you, but it's not the true essence of you. You get a body, you have a body, but you are not your body. This is just like a rental vehicle. It's a vessel for you, for your consciousness. It's the perfect vessel for consciousness. And so it's important to differentiate from what you are and what you are not. And I think humanity is going through like some type of identity crisis right now, because we don't know who we really are. People identify with the things in their life, what kind of car they drive, what kind of things they have, what kind of house they have, their job, their position. And those things are not you. You are not the car you drive. You are not the clothes you wear. You are not the job you have. You are not the friends you hang out with or the circles you are in. But yet we identify with these things. This is the identity crisis. Sorry if you can hear my radar, my police detector, but anyway. We identify with these things because we don't know what we really are. So we choose to identify with the things, the material things in our life. And then when we lose those things, or those things go away, they exit our reality, we feel like we die. We have an identity crisis because we identified with the material things in our life. But if you know who you are, if you know what you are, then when the material things change in your life, you're chilling because you never identified with those things to begin with. So that's who you are. That's what you are. You are just thought. You are the energy, the mind, the voice in your head. So, and you are never ending. Just like energy. You are also energy, right? And what was it, Newton's law? One of Newton's laws, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It simply is, and it has always been. All right, and that's you. You have always been. Energy it's just always been there, and it just takes different forms. Right? There's energy everywhere. Everything is energy vibrating at a certain frequency. You know, the leaves, this truck I'm in, you know, the sun. It's all just energy organized and vibrating at a certain frequency. And so you are, and that energy is conscious, right? That's what quantum physics tells us, that the energy that makes up everything is conscious. It is aware. The double slit experiment, where they shot light particles through these two slits, that's why it's called the double slit experiment. And how this works, if you're not familiar with it, is really, really fascinating. They have like this machine that shoots light particles through these two slits, and then they have a wall where they can measure like where the particles hit that wall, basically. And so what they were trying to do is to figure out, because as they fire these light particles through the two slits, it chooses one of the slits to go through. So they were trying to figure out, all right, how does it like figure out which slit to go through? But what they realized is that when they were recording the light particles going through the two slits, it behaved as a particle. But then when they weren't recording it, when they weren't measuring the two slits, they were just looking after they fired the particles at the wall, the light behaved as a wave. So this is the whole experiment was trying to figure out, is light a particle or is light a wave? And it's both, depending on if it's being observed or not. All right, so this is like the groundbreaking experiment that we found out that energy, these particles, these subatomic particles, are conscious, because everything makes up this energy, and that is aware. That is God, okay? God is everything, everywhere, all at once. So, and that is you. You are that energy. You are that awareness, that consciousness. Let me check out some of the comments. Lord Krishna, to mention that we are this soul and not just this body. Exactly. This body is just a rental vehicle. We have to give it back once our time here is done. This is the vehicle we enjoy this experience in. And so, the next fundamental gnosis, the foundational gnosis, is what is reality? What is reality? What is the matrix? What is this realm, what is this reality? I like to think of it as a school, right? We come here to learn. We come here to play. Think about a school. In a school, you have the classroom, right? You have the library, you have detention. Some people are stuck in detention right now. And you have the playground. You get to go play. You get to go to recess. Shane Mack, I'll get to your question in just a second. But everyone is exactly where they need to be in the school. That's to be in detention right now, or want to be in the library, and the people that don't need to do any of these things. They're reconnect. All right, I think I'm good. Sorry about that. I had a little spotty connection right there, but looks like we're back. So Shane Mack, appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to answer your question right now. You said, then when you die, what happens? And this is something I've thought about a lot. All right, so if we answer this question with the understanding that you are an infinite spiritual being, well then when you die, that is not the end of you, because you are not the body. You are the consciousness that inhabits the body. Okay? And since energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and you are energy, you will just take another form. All right? So, if we want to get really specific, I'll get as specific as I can, right? Obviously, I have not died yet, so I can't tell you exactly what happens, but I'll give you my best answer, okay? So, let's say, doesn't matter how, but you die, all right? Think of death as a portal, as a release of energy, okay? The energetic essence that is you incarnated into this vessel. This vessel, this body is a store of you, of that energy which is you. So, when the vessel ends, when your body expires, it releases you, the energy which is you, back into the higher dimension from which it came from. Okay, that's where our home is, from a higher dimension. So that's basically what happens. We are released from this vessel. We return to the higher dimension from which we came from. And I assume after that, maybe we spend. That's another thing. Like, we only experience time in this dimension. And so once we exit this dimension, time is no longer, we don't experience time like we experience in this dimension. We experience time here linearly. We have to experience each moment, okay? But in the higher dimensions, we can move through time like we can move through locations in this dimension. So, who's to say, like, you can spend, who knows how long you spend in the higher dimension, just vibing out before you choose to reincarnate into a lower dimension again, right? So, and the Bible and a lot of these holy scriptures, they talk of heaven and hell as eternal, right? You spend eternity in heaven or eternity in hell. And the way I interpret that is that, and if you've ever had a psychedelic experience or anything, you'll know you've experienced this. It may feel like eternity because you have no sense of time in the higher dimensions, right? But it might just be in an instant, but that might feel like an eternity of time for you. So yeah, that's what happens when you die. You just, this experience is over, but you are not over. You just you are released back to the realm from which you came. And if you choose to come back, you can come back. That's how I think of it. And so, but this experience is only once. You only experience yourself as you probably only one time. Now we can get into if there's only one consciousness, which is all of us, there's just one consciousness. And that's where this all is one connectivity comes in. Then I am you and you are me. We're just having different, separate experiences right now. But at a certain level, at a certain high dimension, it's all one. It's all the same consciousness. We just experience it separately while we are in this lower form, if that makes sense. So Shane Mack, you said, I see. Have you ever heard of hemisync in the gateway experience? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I used to do it quite a bit, actually, in college. I would lay on the couch and put in my headphones, and I would go through the tapes, the gateway experience tapes. And for those of you who are not familiar with this gateway experience, this hemisphere synchronization, it basically what it is there's these audio tapes, and you put on headphones, and it plays a frequency, one frequency in one ear and one frequency in another ear, and they are so close frequencies, but they're slightly different. And what happens is your brain, I guess, like mashes the two frequencies together. And if you were to just listen to one frequency in one ear, it would just be like a solid, like tone, like a solid note. And then in the other ear, it'd be a slightly different tone. But when you listen to them together, it sounds like a wave, like wah 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 wah, something like that. And what that does is it synchronizes both hemispheres of your mind together and allows you to get into the theta brainwave frequency and allows you to go into much deeper states of meditation. And this is how a lot of people astral project. This is so cool. Like I really want to get more into this stuff because personally I've never been able to astral project. I haven't like done all the tapes. I didn't make it through. I think I've only made it to like part 4 of the hemisync tapes, the Gateway Project. But I need to set aside some time to just make it through. Do like because it's a long, isn't it like 10 hours or something? But no, yeah, that is the hemisync, the Gateway Project experience is dope. And the CIA, they did like I don't think the CIA created it, but it was like they did like a study on it, and there's this like CIA declassified report where they figured out like the shape of the universe as like this egg, kind of super interesting stuff. If you definitely check out the Gateway Experience hemisync if you haven't. So thanks for that, Shane Mack. And so let's get back into what is reality. All right, we touched on what are you, who are you. Now let's get into what is reality. All right, and again, everything is energy vibrating at a certain frequency. So everywhere you look is just energy. This third dimension is just energy vibrating at a low frequency. All right. And there are different levels, there are different realms, there are infinite realms. We'll get to that in a minute. But quantum physics tells us that an atom, which is allegedly the smallest thing, the smallest piece of matter, is 99.99999% empty space. Empty space, an atom. So whenever you look at everything, 99% of that is nothing, which is really weird to think about. But that's what modern science tells us. And so let's talk about like the different realms and the different frequencies for a second. So think of first, let's think about the states of water, right? You have solid, liquid, gas. All right. What determines what state water is in? Heat, right? What temperature is at? All right. If it's a very low temperature, water will freeze above, or if it's below 32, or if it's at 32 degrees, water freezes. At 33 degrees, it turns into a liquid. There's that 33 number right there, right? The point of transmutation, 33 degrees, is where water turns from solid to liquid. But anyway, and then at higher temperatures, it turns into a gas. All right, but my point is that the only thing that's happening here is you're adding energy to water. Heat is just energy, right? Heat makes the molecules vibrate much faster, and that is what changes the state of water as it changes from a solid, a very low vibration, right? The water molecules are vibrating at a low frequency when the water is frozen in its solid form. And when you add energy to it, you add heat to it, they begin to vibrate a little faster. The vibration changes, right? That energy is vibrating, it rises. And once you hit that 33 degree threshold, it turns into a liquid, changes form. If you keep adding energy to the water, it changes from a liquid into a gas. And so you can apply this idea of adding energy to change the state of things to everything. Think of brakes on a car, right? When the brakes are cool, they're just like a metal, shiny metal color. But as you brake, you're applying friction, and that friction creates heat, which adds energy. And after a while, like on race cars, if you look at the brakes on a race car during a race, sometimes the brakes will be glowing. The brakes will be glowing red hot because there's so much heat energy in that metal. It's at a very high vibration. Okay? Think of how a light bulb works, right? You have a coil, a filament, a piece of metal, very thin piece of, and you run electricity through that metal and it glows, right? All right? We're going to transition into what is light, and that will help us understand what this reality is. So, what is light? What is fire? What is the sun? What is electricity? What is lightning? Right? When you were looking at these sources of light, what are you actually looking at? Let's talk about the sun for a moment, okay? When you look into the sun, you are looking into a portal into a higher dimension. All right, that might sound crazy to you if you've never heard me talk about this, or if you haven't discovered this for yourself. But when you look at any light, whether it's electricity, lightning, fire, like plasma, you're looking into a portal into a higher dimension. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. All right. Let's use fire. Let's use plasma as an example, which is fire, right? So when you burn something, all right, you're taking a very low frequency object like wood or coal, and you're applying energy to it, such a high level of energy that it opens up, or it releases the storage. It releases that energy, and that creates the plasma. Well, that release of energy, all right, it is vibrating at such a high frequency that it opens up a portal to the next realm, the higher dimension, the higher frequency realm. All right, think of these realms as operating at a certain bandwidth of frequency. Okay, just like AM radio and FM radio, they operate on a certain band of frequency. Once you tune your radio to too high of a frequency, you can no longer pick up any channels, right? Well, this reality works the same way, all right? You have this realm operating at a certain band of frequency. Well, once you raise the energy of, or once you raise the frequency of the energy in this realm to a high enough threshold where it surpasses that limit, that top limit of the band of frequency, it opens up a portal into the next dimension, the next higher up realm, where the higher up realm operates on another band of frequency which is even higher than this one. All right? And so when you look at light, when you look at fire, when you look at the sun, you are staring into a portal to the higher dimension, to the next dimension up. Now, we can't go into that portal because the vessels, our vessels, they would be destroyed because that realm is at too high of a frequency for this body, for our bodies to enter, right? We have to stay here in this lower frequency realm, this third dimension, because this is the only place where we can exist in this physical form like this. This is the perfect band of frequency for us here. But your consciousness, the energy which is you, can operate on any of the realms. We're just here right now. But like I said at the beginning of this live stream, is that I answered Shane Mack's question. When you die, the energy which is you is released from this vessel, this third dimension, and it returns to that higher dimension. Okay. Like, you are light, right? Your brain is a central nervous system, right? Your nerves that make up your body is basically like the wiring for how the electricity moves throughout your body, right? That's the central nervous system. You are that electricity, all right? You are the light in your mind. That's what enlightenment means, guys. Light, enlight, and mint. Light in mente. Mente means mind in Latin. So enlightenment means to understand that there is light in your mind, which is you. All right, so So the energy which is you can experience all of the dimensions of varying frequency, right? And everything comes from the top down, from the highest form of energy, which is vibrating at such a high frequency that it appears to be motionless. And that is the all, right? That is the God, capital G, from which everything comes from. All right? And so that's what reality is. This is the lowest. I don't know if it's the lowest, but this is the third dimension where things are vibrating at such a low frequency that they appear to be still. Just like at the highest dimension, things are vibrating at such a high frequency that they appear to be still. As above, so below, right? You know, if I look at a rock, it looks like it's still, it looks like it's not moving, but in reality, it is energy vibrating, it is moving, just at a very low frequency that it looks still. And at the very top, the energy is vibrating at such a high frequency it appears to be still. Just like a rapidly moving wheel, or like a fast spinning fan or blade or something that is moving so fast appears to be still. You know, like if you look at a jet engine, the turbine on a jet or some propeller or something, when it's spinning at like a super high RPM, it almost looks like it's motionless. It's moving so fast that you can't even really tell that it's moving. That's how this works. It's like there's just bandwidth, layers of frequency, all operating in different frequencies. So hopefully that resonated with some of y'all. Hope you guys are all having a great day, everyone who's tuned in today. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask your questions. Say hi. You know, I'll answer your questions in the chat. Before we move on to the third foundational idea, the foundational Gnosis, which is, what's the point of it? What's the purpose of life? So, if there's no questions, we'll go ahead and jump into that. What is the purpose of life? What's the point of this? You know, people are given their purpose through the world. You know, some people believe their purpose is their job, or their purpose is their family. Their purpose is being a mother or father. Their purpose might be being a good son or daughter. Their purpose might be being a good student. That's all true, but also wrong at the same time. It's a paradox, because life has no one singular purpose. The purpose of life is life, and everything that encompasses, right? I'll say that again. The life has no one purpose. The purpose is life, and everything that, you know, life encompasses, everything that you can experience through life is the purpose, right? It's very simple. We choose to come here to experience this life. You chose, you're watching this, you chose to come here to be you. Everything's perfect. All right? It might not seem like that, but it is. It is. You chose to came here. You just don't remember. You just don't remember choosing, right? Because when we incarnate into the vessel through birth, right, we go through this cosmic amnesia. We forget temporarily who we are, what we are, until we remember. But before you were you, when you were just pure energy, you know, maybe you had a past life. I don't know. Like, who knows how? It's so complicated. But at a certain point, you chose to came here. You chose to come down into this third dimensional reality to have this experience. Now, what a time to be here in the greatest transition, not only financially, but also consciously for the human race, guys. Like, we live in the coolest time to be here because we're transitioning into a totally new age for humanity. Now, what an interesting and turbulent and chaotic and beautiful time to come here during a transition of the ages, right? From the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. We are in the transition period right now. That's just so cool to me. So I'm so grateful to be here when I am. To be here with all of you beautiful people tuning in and listening to this today. And so you have to remember your purpose. You have to choose your purpose. That's what it means to be the master of your reality. You are the master of your reality. Everything that you do, wherever you are in life right now, is because of the choices that you've made in the past. Okay? You are exactly, perfectly, divinely where you need to be in life right now. Might not seem like that, but trust me, it is. You are there. It's up to you to remember that it's up to you. There is no boogeyman out to get you. There's no one coming to save you. It's all up to you to choose your life, to choose your destiny, to choose your purpose here. All right? I can't tell you what your purpose is. I know what my purpose is. You have to remember why you chose to come here. You have to remember what your purpose is. All right? It's beautiful. I can tell you that. It's beautiful. It's worth it. You know, whatever you chose to come down here for is worth it, or otherwise you wouldn't have came. But that's it. Like, life has no purpose. The purpose is life. So the purpose is life. But everything, wherever you are in life right now, listening to this, every decision that you have made, every choice that you've made in your entire life has led you to this moment right now, listening to this live stream. Okay? You are exactly where you need to be right now. And once you realize that, that it's because of the choices that you make, There's so much power in that. There's so much power. That's where the power is, guys, is realizing that you are the master of your reality. You have complete control over how you respond to the events and circumstances that you find yourself in. Once you remember that, then you can begin to start crafting and being more methodical about the choices that you make. You can then plan. You can create an outcome for yourself and fall in love with the process of achieving that outcome. You can create the reality that you want. You can make this experience what you want to by choosing to. So yeah. I think that's pretty good. We touched on the meat and bones of those three foundational Gnosis ideas. Hopefully the audio's good. I just went, well, like 45, 50 minutes. So hopefully I sound good. And yeah, crypto's at a discount. All my crypto people out there. This is opportunity. I was very grateful to get some cheap XRP, XLM, and Casper. Those are the three that I bought thus far. We'll see what this market does. We do have some room for some more downside. And I do think this will be the final buying opportunities before we really. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much, everyone that tuned in. I'm going to try to do these live streams every Sunday. All right. I want to make that my mission to do these live streams every Sunday. I'm also going to start doing, I want to do two normal style videos a week. I want to do one crypto video and one consciousness video each week. Give you guys some more content. All right. And then the live stream will be on Sunday. That's the mission. We will execute on the mission. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in, those who did. Thank you for your questions. I really love those questions. Thank you, Shane Mack and Aditya Kashwal. Sorry if I butchered your name, but thank you those for commenting and tuning in. And until next time, guys, I wish you guys much love and hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, master your reality.